We're going to go ahead and start a business meeting. Just so you know, Mr. Molina doesn't have his glasses, and
First of all, let me say buenas tardes y welcome, and I'm glad to see all of you, especially my friend aquí, Mr. Ramirez. He is with us y, siempre,
thank you.
siempre mi hermano de 17 años, so, no más que no traje los lentes, so he's going to read it for me porque I can't see.
Yeah. I'm going to ask,
Mr. Ramirez.
Ya somos dos.
sirs, this is Sonia Garcia over here. I'm going to ask Mr. Gonzalez to go ahead and read the agenda since the screens are hard.
Okay.
Mr. Ramirez,
to
I
read.
can read, if it's okay with the board.
Is that okay?
I don't have my
I'll
glasses.
read, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to read it con los de Pascual, pero no está muy
It's fine. I'll, with your permission, I'll do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
You have.
Somebody having a black Toyota with this, got the windows down outside. Anybody? Okay. A Biz Committee meeting of the Board of Trustees for United ISD will be held Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, beginning at 6. It is 6:32 at the Sacramento 2 Building, 5208 Santa Clara Lane, Laredo, Texas. The subject to be discussed or considered or upon which any formal action may be taken are as listed below. Items are not to be taken in the order shown on the meeting notice. The subject to be discussed or considered upon which any formal action may take place are as listed below. Items do not have to be taken in the order shown in the meeting notice. At this time, roll call, Mr. Ramirez.
Yes, sir. Roll call will be my name, Juan Roberto Ramirez.
For the record, Ricardo Molina.
At this time, we have no public comments. We're going to move on. This will be lower the financial operation items to review by the Business Committee with recommendations or action be made in the next regular board meeting, which will be on the 15th of September. Item A, approval of monthly disbursements.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Mr. Molina, Mr. Ramirez, the Division of Finance presented you all with the disbursements for the month of August. I don't know if at this time you have any questions. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Testing, is that all right? Okay.
Go ahead.
Moving upon the approval of budget amendments as well.
Yes, sir. The Division of Finance is presenting two budget amendments, BA 2109 and BA 2110. Both of these budget amendments are for the prior fiscal year. As you know, we started a new fiscal year for 21-22, but we're closing out the books for 2021. And the first budget amendment is we're pretty much finalized all the expenditures that happened with the storm on that we experienced back in May. So we're going to recognize a receivable from our insurance company. And as we start getting the checks in, we brought a similar item last month with a much smaller amount, but now we think we're pretty much final, so we recognize the receivable. And as we receive the monies, Mr. Rangel and his staff have already started with the repairs. The second budget amendment, no effect on fund balance. The second budget amendment also has no effect on fund balance. It's what we call our closing of the year budget amendment. We look at all the line items, we look at all the payroll changes that have happened throughout the year, and we just try to balance the functions as required by the state of Texas. Again, both of these budget amendments do not have an effect on fund balance.
Have any questions, sir?
We move on to item
Do
C.
you have any questions?
No questions, sir?
Before we move on to item C.
No questions?
Yes, sir. This is,
Item C is resolution to approve the 2021 appraisal roll as the 2021 United ISD tax roll.
yes, sir, you'll see a resolution that's attached here. We just have to recognize and read out loud to the board that we have a tax roll for 2021, which is for the 21-22 fiscal year of $207,498,394.24. We'll present this at the regular board meeting as well. I'm not too sure if it has to be individual or consent.
I'm going to recommend it be an individual
Okay,
item.
yes, ma'am.
That's for Wednesday, right?
Yes, sir, next
Yes.
Wednesday.
That's for
Yes,
Wednesday?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And item D, we have the nomination of candidates to the Board of Directors of the Webb County Appraisal District.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gonzalez and board members. This item is for the board to recommend up to, it looks like you can recommend up to 5 candidates to be our representatives on the Webb County Appraisal District Board. All you need to do at this point is make a nomination of any of the board members, and then we'll bring another item next month. Yes, we'll get 2, but but you can nominate as, up to,
I don't know who they are right now, Mr. Ramirez.
let me see,
He's on the board,
yeah,
Webb County.
County.
Yeah.
Appraisal office.
And Ken Rick, you in?
Rick,
Yeah.
yes,
Rick and I.
yeah, I don't have him listed, yeah. It's Mr. Rodriguez for sure, I don't know the second.
Mr. Juan Roberto Ramirez as well.
Okay,
Yes.
yes.
We're-
No, we only
Well,
have
we only have two, we have
Only
enough for
two.
two votes,
Appraisal.
yeah, the appraisal district.
Moving on to
But
letter
right now,
E.
you just have to nominate, and then next board meeting, you'll do the election of who you want.
Can we wait until?
Again, this will probably be an
Yes.
individual item, right, for the
No, we have
board?
to wait.
Yes, Mr. Flores, I would recommend it be an individual item for next week's
Or
meeting.
whoever comes on board.
Okay.
Thank you.
Moving on to letter E, approval of internal audit plan for 2021, 2022. Mrs. Stahl?
Good afternoon, Mr. Molina, Mr. Ramirez, Mr. Gonzalez, and the audience. I'm presenting for your consideration and approval the 21-22 internal audit plan. And its purpose is to provide guidance on the scheduled audit work for the year. It was prepared based on a risk analysis that includes risk, materiality, prior internal audits, changes in service or technology, and the need for an audit presence. We also requested input from administration and the board, and it is flexible to allow changes as needed during the year to respond to other audit requests.
You got 3 minutes.
Any questions?
I'm sorry?
Any questions?
Look, I don't have no question, but just
Thank you.
listen to what you said.
Thank you so much.
No,
Gonna
thank
move
you,
on to the
ma'am.
Next item. Item F, approval of awarding bid proposal and qualifications. Ms. Courtney Jackson?
Good evening, board members Molina and Ramirez and Superintendent Gonzalez. We have the following recommendations for your consideration. RFP 041-2021, food service, kitchen parts and supplies. The recommended vendors are Commercial Kitchen Parts and Supplies and Parts Town LLC. RFP 042-2021, milk and juice. The recommended vendor is Oak Farms / Hygeia Dairy. The estimated annual amount is $2.6 million, and this includes brand-new dispensers to hold the milk and juice. RFP 043-2021, food bagging supplies. The recommended vendors are Flavor Seal, Plasticon Packaging Inc., and Why Not Design and MFG. RFP 044-2021, cleaning supplies of for the custodial department to Gulf Coast Paper. RFP 050-2021, managed security service provider to SQL Data Systems. The estimated amount is $249,050.83. RFP 038-2021, plumbing supplies to Best Plumbing Specialties, Inc. and Clark Hardware. RFP 040-2021, indoor bleachers maintenance service contract to L&L Gym Equipment Services. RFP 055-2021, elevator maintenance service to Schindler Elevator Corporation and TK Elevator Group. Schindler would be doing the annual maintenance, and TK is more of an approved, to have an approved vendor for specific repairs. RFP 051-2021, auto parts and supplies to the vendors listed, and then we have 5 renewals for your consideration.
Thank you.
No questions?
We're going
Thank
to move
you.
on to item G, approval of implementation of pilot program for transportation and child nutrition, 187-207 day hourly employees. Mr. Garza?
Yes, sir. Mr. Ramirez, Mr. Molina, Mr. Gonzalez, members of the audience, we're bringing to the board a proposed pilot program that we want to do as a benefit to our employees, our 9-month hourly employees specifically for transportation and food service, give them the ability to be able to sell a certain number of days. We're proposing 3 days to try out this particular pilot program. We estimate the cost to be around $100,000 per location, our regular fund, our general fund, transportation, and our food service fund. But we anticipate the number to be lower because we're going to put some criteria in there that will have Usually, so many years of experience or so many years with the district, they have to have so many days in their bucket. They have to be able to declare how many days they want to sell. This is going to help offset some of the lost revenue that they do not receive during Christmas and spring break, when all our other employees either have a contract or are able to work during those time periods. So again, it's for 1 year. We want to see how it works. At the end of the year, we'll be able to report back to the board what was the actual expenditure. Any questions?
No questions from
Thank you.
Superintendent? Thank you, sir.
Letter I, approval of requests from board members and use of Board of Trustees discretionary funds for various campuses and departments. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on letter H. I apologize. Approval of sale or deposition of salvage furniture and equipment. I apologize.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Molina, Mr. Ramirez, Mr. Gonzalez, members of the audience. At this time, we bring before you the recommendation to approve the sale or disposition of the listed salvage furniture and equipment as per the methods found in the attached resolution.
Questions? Questions, sir?
Thank you.
And I jumped the gun, so here we are. Letter I, approval of requests from board members in reference to use of Board of Trustees discretionary funds for various campuses and departments.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. At this time, we are recommending the proposed expenditures that were provided to the Board of Trustees. There are no new expenditures or no new additions to that list. So we will be taking it to the board for formal approval.
They were read at the regular board meeting. Right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, approved.
Thank you.
Move on. Items to be reviewed by the BIS committee for information only. A, adopted 2021 to 2022 budget for accelerated instruction under TEC 29.081 and for HB 1495 compliance.
Yes, sir. We're required to bring 2 items to the board once a year when we adopt our budget. Under House Bill 5, we have to state the amount of money that we actually adopted or approved for accelerated instruction, and UISD approved $233,250. It meets the requirement of House Bill 5. And then we also have House Bill 1495, where we have to disclose the amount of money that we have budgeted for organizations that we're members of that use a percentage of our membership dues to lobby on behalf of the school district. And for the 21-22 budget, it's $8,295.47. They're just requirements by the law that we disclose this information.
No questions, sir?
Thank you.
Go to item 5, Mr. Ramirez, Mr. Molina, you all need to do the adjournment.
What?
You adjourn?
Yes, so move. We can go.
Okay, so the board members have adjourned. You all have a nice evening.